All right, guys, how are you? It is, oh my God, I have a 4 by 4 calendar on my wall right here.
I saw that.
You don't even know. Like, you have no idea. It's like the size of my office. All right, so it's August 30th. August 30th. This is the Automation team call. And so Diana had requested that I talk about like Facebook business pages because she was still trying to tag her personal page while she posted on her business page. And I did some research today, and it doesn't look like that you can do that anymore. So what a lot of people used to do is do post on their business page, tag themselves so that it would appear on their personal page as well. And I like dug a little bit, and it doesn't look like that you can do that anymore. So here's the thing with the business pages, guys. And I know that Nicole and Tara have them. Tammy, do you have a business page up?
Okay.
Yes. All right. So perfect. So here's the deal with the business pages. So I use Facebook, guys, not only for Beachbody, but I know my personally sponsored coaches know that I'm involved in this e-commerce thing, and I am going through a program where I'm setting up like an e-commerce store. And there's so much more to Facebook than we could even possibly know. And unless you are like a mathematician, it's really hard to figure out. But there's so much that you can do by spending like very little money on Facebook ads if you know how to use Facebook ads the right way. So I'm not saying that you need to do that, but I do want you guys to know that like the Facebook business page is where it's at. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is because the personal page, I know we've gone over it 100 times, but the personal page really, you're talking to your warm market. And at some point, if you've been in this business long enough, that warm market starts to dry up, right? It's your friends, it's your family, it's the people you went to high school with, it's people, I'm 2.5 years in now, and it's people that have seen my stuff over and over and over and over again. And for the most part, I've tapped out that market. So I switched over to my business page, and I still post on my personal page because people do and are still interested in what I'm doing, but I'm not over there selling hardcore or like sharing everything fitness related. It's a mix of my whole life. Your business page should be really where you are the most consistent, and that's because people don't expect to go to your personal page and see, like business stuff, which is, i.e., what we do, which is the selling, which is the promoting, which is the sharing. They're kind of like, all right, what is she doing? That's great, but how many times do I want to see this? Most people are on Facebook to socialize, not to necessarily be sold something. So your business page is where you really want to spend most of your time, and it's super scary because there's crickets on your business page at first. Like no one is seeing no one's seeing your posts, no one's seeing anything that you're doing. You're just kind of like, you feel like you're talking to yourself. You get one like, or, you just don't feel like you're getting anywhere with it as you would on your personal page. And that's fine. But the whole point is that if you don't do stuff on your personal page, then you're never going to get to where you need to be. I know Nicole uses hers a lot. I know Tara, I know you use yours a lot. And Nicole, do you agree that like the more you use it and the more you put on there, the more engagement you're getting? Oh wait, you're muted. What happened to you? Can you unmute yourself, Nicole? Oh no, you're not muted. Where are you?
It's not muted. What headphones do you have on though? Yeah, you don't want to talk. You lost your voice. Look at her face.
Nicole lost her voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
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 What happened?
We couldn't hear you.
She's all set. So Nicole, you've been using your business page, and like I see your posts now too. So it's not doing anything.
I can't hear her.
You can't hear me? ¿Qué pasó? Can you hear me? What happened to Nicole?
I can hear you.
Nicole, talk. She can't hear us. Tara, can you hear me?
She's muted.
all she said.
Wait, Tara,
I
you can hear me?
She's going to log back off and go back in.
Okay, fine. All right, so Tammy, I don't think that you were part of this group that ordered this particular training, but the social, what is it called? Social team builder training. There was a bunch of us that paid, I don't know, like the whole thing was like, I don't know, Tara, was like $200. I think we paid like $33 each to like use
Oh, yeah.
something like that. In the team page, I don't even care about the $33 anymore, and I don't even care that anybody, like, I know that there's people that paid for it, but I want to open it up to the whole team. It's actually, the login is in the team page. I have to find it because it's very deep, but Tammy, that training, while tedious and painful, listen, if you want to grow your business, then learning how to run your business page, they start you off slow. They're like, have a pretty picture. Come here. Was it Mike? No. Say hi, everybody. She's mad at me. I took away her phone.
Hi, oh, no. How's school?
Hold on. Tara, she can't hear you.
How's school?
No?
Nothing?
Shy.
Good
Yeah.
job.
That social media, it's not called social media. It's called Social Team Builder. It starts you off slow, right? So it's like, if you were going to open a storefront, you would get signage and you would make sure that it was pretty and that like the font was nice and you would have a logo and you would have all this stuff. So instead of having this like really terrible cover photo that doesn't represent you and that is like looks amateurish, they teach you certain tools that you can go to, free tools that you can create a nice cover photo. What should it have on it? They give you examples. They start you off slow so that you can build your page and make it look professional. Then they then break off into, it's all in modules. There's modules and there's tons of information. They have what they call Google Hangouts. They used to have them like once a week. So you can go back and watch all the Google Hangouts and get ideas from different people. But a lot of the elite coaches that I know have used this training and have had massive success with it. So basically,
Needed that.
yeah, and I'll tag you in it, and I'm gonna actually repost the info so that it's an actual post and not in like a file, because I do think that a lot of the team is sort of at the same place where you've tapped out your market, and now it's like, okay, well now what can we do, right? So they talk about going through an exercise of like, who are you talking to? The same stuff that we've all been talking to, but in a nice like streamlined training. Who are you talking to? Who's your market? And then they make you test. They make you actually run ads, right? And their ads, they make you predominantly run videos. Now that's where I got stuck, and I will tell you very, honestly, I got stuck at the videos because I don't have an iPhone, and on the Android, it's hard. On my Samsung, it's like weird. Like I haven't found an app that does what I need to do, which is like trim my video and speed it up. And I'm good at a lot of things, but that video thing is like tripped me up. Plus, on top of the fact, excuses. I was living in my parents' basement. I like really didn't feel comfortable like doing these videos in, a really not pretty lit area, whatever. I didn't want my business page to be me in my mom's basement. So I totally put the whole thing on pause. However, the people that I know that have run these basically what you do is you take like 50 videos and you spend like $3 a day on running these videos and running them against a certain audience, which they teach you how to do. They teach you everything step by step and figure out which video has the most engagement so that you pick a winner, right? Like there's a clear winner at some point. So people will engage with your, you doing squats or you prepping a meal or whatever it is. Like and the thing that you think is amazing is going to flop, and the thing that you think is like, terrible, people are going to love, right? So then they teach you how to analyze all the analytics and see which one is the winner, right? Then you take that winning ad and you like back it with like $20, whatever it is, whatever your budget is. It doesn't even have to be that much. And what you're looking for is, how on the side of like your Facebook feed, you get like my page or like, the button where you could click like, you end up coming up in that feed, right? And so people that are gonna, that's why it's so important to know your target market, like who you're trying to attract. What are you trying to do? What is your text gonna say? So you could even run the same video. Like, let's just say I'm doing a squat, and one can say like, I'm a mom of 3 and I squat because I want to feel good. Same video, I squat because squats are awesome. Or, you can change the text. So you run different things. So then you find the winning video and the winning text, and then you use that. And basically they said, once you find a winning ad, you can run that forever. So now I know a lot of us have done Josh Coates, the Art of Recruiting. If you guys have noticed, he will come up in your newsfeed all the time, and because he uses the same ad. And I think he's been using the same ad, he said, for like a year and a half, where he runs it to Beachbody coaches. It works. So he found a winning formula, and he just goes with that winning formula. So the whole point of that training, the Social Team Builder, is to bring likes to your page, right? So those likes, the theory is that these people liked your page because they want to get something from you, right? They want inspiration. They want motivation. They liked your video. They want tips on how to cook something. They want something from you. So it's not your mom, it's not your brother, it's not your friends, it's not your your maid of honor that are following you on your personal page. It's people that actually came there because they want something. They want something from you. And that's the difference between the two. The difference between your personal page and your business page is that, yeah, you've got friends over here and they're talking to you and they're liking and they're commenting, but is that going to get you anywhere at the end of the day? At the end of the day, if you've got your business page and you can get and generate likes to that page of quality people that are there for a reason, again, I keep going back to one of my favorite coaches, Raina Odell. She speaks to me because it's about food, right? It's like she wants to be fit, but she really loves food. That's my problem. So I stalk her, even though, I love her because I love her message. Her page is very clear. It's Raina versus food. Like, you can't get any better than that. But your message may be organized fit mom. Your message may be, I'm really good in the kitchen and I can help you cook 20-minute meals. That whatever it is. So people are there to follow you for a particular reason. And that's why the business page is so powerful. But the problem is, what nobody gets outside of this little world that we live in, is that to get those likes up, you have to do work. There has to be work done. The work is going to be in those videos, in running the ads, in going through those modules, in listening to all the Google Hangouts, and actually, doing it. And that's the hardest part. Like, the first part is easy. It's like, make a pretty picture. Okay, great. I can do a cover photo. Watch these Hangouts. Watch these videos. Great. But when it comes down to the actual doing the videos and running these ads, it gets tedious. And that's where I think there was a statistic 80% of the people who sign up for his course never get past those videos. And it's because it's hard. But if we can all get past that point where we're getting these videos and we find that winning ad, then you only have to do it once, right? And then, and I did it. I did some really shitty videos, and I went from, I want to say 200 likes to 587, where I right now I'm stuck. I'm stuck at 587 because I stopped running the ads. It didn't cost me a lot of money, and that's the thing, because you're learning how to target. They teach you exactly how to target, who to zero in on, and how not to waste money. Like boosting posts, I know a lot of people like to boost posts. It's a complete waste of money because you're just throwing it out there. This course teaches you specifically, find your audience, find your people, and then just spend money on those people. The people that you have something in common with, and that would like you. So I think that training, I'm gonna repost the information. I think we should all start from the beginning. And I think it's super important, hi Christopher, that we start transitioning to that page. And I will tell you why. Because again, guys, we're at the end of August. August is always a tough month. That's why I've said it ad nauseum. That's why they do the team cup in August because everybody needs a push, right? Everybody, like even coaches, because a lot of people take the month of August off. Even Gary Vaynerchuk did a whole video about the month of August. While everybody else is vacationing, you have the opportunity to crush August because everyone else fell asleep at the switch, right? Who's in St. Martin, who's in St. Bart's, who's in Florida, who's here, who's finishing up their summer vacation on the Jersey Shore. Everybody had the opportunity to crush it in August. And I, believe it or not, I had one of my best months so far. I'm like, I need one more point to hit SC10. But it's because even while I was traveling, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I was doing messaging from the car. I was messaging from when we were on the way home from Summit. And, you know, there's people to help in August because even though we think that people aren't ready, somebody out there is ready. Somebody out there is ready. So the reason I want you to transition to this business page and do this training and really do it, and I'm talking like laser focus do it, is because we are going to go into the winter. And I don't know what winter is like here in Florida. but
It's hot.
which is great because I can sell stuff to people that still want to, like, that are still in bikinis. But up in New York, I mean, like, people start to like give up, right? They start to like put on their sweaters and put on their, like, you know, their boots and their jeans. And they're like, they're going to parties, they're going to Thanksgiving. Like, everybody gives up around Thanksgiving. They're like, yeah, screw it. Like, I don't need to worry about this until next summer. So I want you to take this opportunity now in the month of September, build that page, do that training. So by the time we get to the next set of hard months, which is November, December, you've got an audience to talk to. You've got an entire audience that is there, that is watching you, and that you can do a 3-day refresh after Thanksgiving, and there's going to be 5 people that are like, oh my God, yes, I need to do that, right? You can do a 21, guys, planned it out. We did a 21-day fix last year from December 1st to December 21st or 22nd, right? Get yourself, like, shed those few pounds before Christmas and enjoy Christmas. You know what I mean? And then the big surge is going to be January. But it's going to take you a few weeks, maybe a month, 2 months to go through that training and get those likes to that page. So if you do it now in the month of September, you're going to be setting yourself up for success in the hard months that are going to come, which is, November's hard, December's hard. And then obviously, if you've got a big audience waiting for you January 1st, then boom, January 1st, January's around the corner, believe it or not. It's like ridiculous. But January 1st, you'll have this entire base that you've been talking to for now, September, October, November, December, 5 months. They know you, they trust you, they like you, they want more from you, and they're willing to join your challenge group because you've been around with them and you've been consistent for 5 months. Does that make sense? You got, again, I know I keep repeating myself and I'm sorry, but, seeing the cycles of things and learning from the mistakes that I've made, I want to teach you guys not to give up at the end of this year where it's like, nobody's paying attention. Nobody wants to do this anymore. If you have the right people, if you have the right audience, if you set yourself up for success, then you will have an amazing end of the year. That you will finish out this year with clients and people to help. So that's my spiel about the business page. But I also want to say something about being a product of the product, right? So Tara and Nicole and I were talking about this today, and at the end of the day, guys, it all goes back to basics. It all goes back to basics. And we're all here because we decided that we wanted to be on this health and fitness journey, whatever it looks like for everybody, it's different. But the basics are the 4 vital behaviors. We have to be a product of the product. If we, and you don't have to be a perfect product of the product, but you do have to be a product of the product, right? So whether or not that's finishing Country Heat like Nicole did today, right? Or if it's completing the 3-day refresh and showing a 3-pound weight loss or less bloat or whatever, or Tammy, you can't work out right now, you may want to do the ultimate reset. You can't work out during the ultimate reset. And I have preached this till I will preach this till I'm blue in the face, that ultimate reset is the hardest, most amazing and transformative product I think Beachbody has. Period. Hands down. It's
I want to do it, but I'm afraid. I don't know.
Tammy, let me tell you, if I could do it, anybody can do it. Seriously, if I could do it, really, and I did it, and I'm frustrated with myself because we did that June, so we stopped right at 4th of July, and then it was 4th of July, and then it was whatever, and then I was on vacation, and then it's been blah. So I'm like, now I feel like, oh, I wasted that. Like, did I, I mean, I'm still down weight, but I'm like, I don't want to waste that because I was in such a good place in my head and where I was at. Like, it was an amazing feeling. And it really was, it was really like life-changing. Like, it made you think about food differently. It made you think about drinking differently. There were plenty of times, I mean, just a few nights in that we had events and things to go to, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it. How am I going to go and not drink with all my friends? How am I going to go and not do this? How am I going to go and eat something different? And I think on the second night or something, we were over my sister's house, and she made lasagna for my brother-in-law's birthday. I brought my salmon. I brought my asparagus. I brought my baby potatoes, and I was fine. Even a couple weeks later, the following week, we had gone out with friends. And yeah, I had a salad and I had my water, but I was okay. It wasn't, if anything, I didn't feel like I was depriving myself. I really didn't. I feel like if anything, I'm like, God, give me some of that power that I had then, now that I'm like, oh, forget it. I had a shitty day. I want a glass of wine. You know what I mean? Like, but it's an amazing program.
It's powerful. It's powerful because like what Tara said, like if you struggle with food, like I know Tara and I do, it makes you, it empowers you, right? So like even like the day 2, day 3, and for me, my body reacts to it instantly. Mm-hmm. Like instantly. It's like day 2 and I'm like down like 10 pounds. Like it's I don't know what's in it. It's like crack cocaine. I don't know.
Well, that's why I had said to you, like what the other day, Ange, about like for me, like I lost the most the first week.
Yeah.
And then I just think that's simple and it's nothing crazy. You're still eating food. I think it's just that simplicity of oatmeal, blueberries, salad, and in the first week you're still having whole wheat bread and stuff. But I think it's just that simplicity. I haven't eaten that much, but that's part of my issue is that I'm not, that's what I learned about myself during that process is that I'm not eating enough during the day. And then I get to the end of the day and I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I'm doing a million things. And then it's, it's okay. I can have a glass of wine because I didn't eat that much today. Or I did work out, but I didn't do this. Or, you know what I mean? And it changes, like you because you're on such a rigid schedule, it changes the way you think of like, okay, wait, I took my supplements, now I got to eat, whatever, cut it out. You have to, you have to eat, you have to stick to it. And I think that was a big part of it. I wasn't miserable on it because I was actually eating real food and I felt great. I was sleeping amazing.
Be the best time for me with my husband gone and he's not here. And because when he's here, we tend to drink a little too much. So with him gone.
Tammy, I'm telling you right now, don't waste this opportunity, right? If you can do the ultimate reset and do that training at the same time, it's going to be a lot, trust me. But if you could do those 2 things and share your journey about the ultimate reset, like what happened to you? Why are you in a boot? You didn't even know that you injured yourself. Like you've been so used to working out, like you were having great results. Now you've got, it's such a great story, right? It's just such a great, journey where you could say like, it's yes, I love to work out and yes, I was getting these results at working out, but now I have this, I have this situation where I can't do that. I'm going to now take care of the insides and I'm going to really focus on my nutrition.
What Ange, you and Laura and somebody else and Diana maybe did it last year, and I was like, no way. There's no way I can do this. There's no way I can go 21 days without drinking. There's no way I can do this. And I broke my ankle last year and was in a boot, and because they told me it was sprained for the first 6 weeks. So long story short is I did that at the end of September. I wasn't out of my boot until like the middle of January, and I could kick myself for not doing this at that time. because it is it's such a transformation and from the inside out, and your body is working so hard, and that's why you don't work out. So I encourage you to do it. And
well, my birthday
go
is
get it. No.
My husband said, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "I don't know." Well, now I'm going to tell him he can buy me the ultimate reset for my birthday.
Perfect.
That's awesome. That'll be awesome. So yeah, so guys, like I said, it just goes back to it's simple, but it's hard. But it goes back to the basics. It goes back to just being a product of the product. Inviting those people, sharing your journey, and changing that mindset by personal development. And that personal development also includes the trainings, right? Like the stuff that we need to do to grow our businesses. So I really think at this point, again, I feel like the team is all in the same place, sort of. I feel like we're all like tapped out of our warm market. We're all kind of a little stuck. So we need like some pep in our step. And I think this training, if we all start really focusing on it and doing it and following it step by step, I think by the next month or two, that it will pay. It's going to pay off. It's going to pay off in huge dividends. I mean, there was a girl in one of the groups in the Facebook group for this particular group. She went from like, I don't know, 500, 1,000 likes to like 17,000. Wow. And their quality. You know what I mean? Like, because they teach you how to target. You're not just like out there, targeting 18 to 35. No, you're targeting specific interests. So the same thing on my e-commerce business, right? I'm, just to give you guys a reference, I started something called the Palm and Pineapple Co. It's basically a little store that's going to sell. It's going to be like Buddhist bracelets and like Buddhist related, items, stuff like that. Totally random, but that's what I picked. And, I'm not just going out there, like I'm running ads right now. Like I had to, in my modules, do like serious research on Facebook pages and how many people are following them. And then I run my ads to the Facebook pages that are like, I target my ads to the Facebook pages that have the similar interests as who I want to sell to. So it becomes very mechanical, but it works. Like I can't tell you the engagement that I'm getting on my like stupid bracelets. It's like ridiculous. But because I put in like I followed it to a T, I followed like what I was supposed to do. I did the research. I have numbers, I have spreadsheets, and it works. So if you could follow that training and just do what they say, they have it down to a science. And, other than the fact that we have to do those videos and you probably have to do like 50 of them to find like the winning one, because you'll run something and you won't get any traction. And there's very specific parameters that they say, like basically if you spent this much money and you only got this much engagement, then kill that ad. That's not a winning ad. So like they don't make you spend tons of money. They just, they give you these formulas. Like if you spend, $5 and you only have 200 impressions or whatever, then kill that ad. And so, they teach you all this, and you're not throwing money away. You're literally learning specifically how to target and use your money wisely on Facebook. Does that make sense? Nicole's like, I'm sleeping.
She's got something in her eyes.
Oh no, what happened?
I know her. I'm right there with you, honey. I got you.
Did she hear
I
it?
got dust in my eye.
Oh no. What's
I thought I was like, God, Nicole's tired. I'm like, no, she's got something in her eye.
Let me go take my contacts out. I'll be right back.
So, Ange, how's Florida? Can you give us?
Yeah,
It's
hold on. Let me stop recording.
What? Yeah.